All right, hey, I am Deidre, your host and authentic path guide here at Decide to Succeed. Now, today is Monday. Mondays are our read and reflect, and today we are reading and reflecting on Super Brain by Deepak Chopra and Rudolph E. Tanzi. This book has given me such a deeper understanding of the power of my brain. And the power of your brain, because we all have this power and capacities within ourselves, within our brain, once we grasp the understanding and the knowledge of this new thought, this new concept. So if you are interested and if you are yearning to live a better life, to cultivate a more beautiful life that you truly desire, walking your authentic path, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this video, y'all. We are growing and we are going places, and we are truly becoming who we truly are. And I want to be able to share my perspective of what I'm getting from the books that I've read that have changed my life. So go ahead and like this video, and let's go ahead and get into Super Brain. Okay, let me pull out my notes here just so I don't miss anything. Today's focus is how to find your personal power, because we all have it within ourselves. So we are going to start. This is again Super Brain by Deepak Chopra, Rudolph E. Tanzi, and this page number is 172. So go ahead, the book is linked below. Grab your copy. This book will change your life. Trust me, trust me, trust me. So Super Brain Solutions is the section here, and finding your power. Okay, finding your power. I'm going to read this first paragraph. This is going to bring us into the concept. So let me start with the first paragraph. It reads, if everyone has the power to make reality, why do countless people live in dissatisfaction? Reality making should lead to a reality you actually want, not the one that you find yourself in. But that can't happen until you find your power. As with everything else, personal power must go through the brain. A powerful person is the combination of many traits, each of them trained into the brain. Okay, so these personal power traits, according to Deepak Chopra and Rudolph E. Tanzi, list are self-confidence, good decision making, trust in gut feelings, optimistic outlook, high influence over others, high self-esteem, ability to turn desires into actions. We talk about that a lot. Ability to overcome obstacles. Now, this is where it is time for us to become aware of our personal power traits and also become aware of which ones we need to work on. Because some of them we naturally have a good flow with, and others we may need to work on a bit, okay? So this is us working on those personal power traits so that we can connect to our personal power, so that we can cultivate the life that we truly desire and follow our authentic path, okay? So I want to move over to page 173. This is where the seed will be planted. So I want you guys to really just open your minds, grab your pens, grab your paper, grab your highlighters. If you haven't already gotten the book, go ahead and click the link below, grab this book, order it now, and be prepared to see drastic changes in your life once you start understanding and implementing these ideas that I'm sharing on the Mondays Read and Reflect videos, okay? So first, I want to highlight that many people feel powerless. Many people feel powerless. I was once there. The social trends that drain personal power are only growing stronger, okay? Social media is adding to the draining of our personal power. So we have to become very strong and solid and grounded in our personal power so that social media or anything else will not waver our power, Okay. And he goes on to say, which I highlighted, that infinite power is hidden inside every individual. Every individual. That means you. Personal power is hidden within you. Okay. You have to look within. And I say this on many occasions. I have said that. Okay. So these are my top 3 steps, according to Superbrain, in order to connect to your personal power. Number one is stop giving away your power. It seems simple, but a lot of us give away our power every single day, multiple times a day. And this is where we want to come to a complete halt on giving away our power. So, giving away our power, that's number 1 for me, my top 3 out of the 5 that they provide here in Superbrain. My second is develop a mature self. And I say this all the time, is like do your self-development work. This is what I've echoed and echoed and echoed. Well, this book is echoing what I say all the time, which is do your self-development work. And the third is align yourself with the flow of evolution or personal growth. And kind of have this motto, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, it's like always be evolving. You should always be evolving, okay? Work on yourself. Focus on your personal growth. All right, so I don't want to just provide you with the top 3. I want to go ahead and dissect the top 3 as to why I find that they are important and vital to finding your personal power. Okay, so we're going to hop on over to page 174. So again, grab your copy. It's linked below. So this is in regards to reconnecting to the source of personal power, right? Finding your personal power. So the number 1 was stop giving away your power. It reads here, you are giving away your power when you please others in order to fit in. You are giving away your power when you follow the opinions of the crowd, when you decide that others matter more than you do, when you let someone who seems to have more power take charge of you. You are also giving away your power when you hold grudges. So these are some things that we can become mindful of throughout our days. Ask yourself, make a little list of what I just read. Go ahead, when you grab your copy, you'll have it right here on page 174. Make your list and just kind of have it on hand. Maybe have a little piece of paper in your purse, in your pocket, and just make sure you are being intentional about not giving away your power throughout your days. Say, okay, am I following making a decision because the crowd is making the decision? Is this really my true self making, my true authentic self making this decision? Or am I just going along to please others? Be mindful of that. This is vital to cultivating the life you truly desire and following your true path, because if you are constantly making decisions based on the crowd, if you're constantly trying to please others, if you're pleasing someone else, how are you pleasing you can't please yourself and someone else at the same time. You have to focus on yourself, because when you focus on yourself and what you are truly interested in, what excites you, what brings you joy, what you're naturally curious about, that is your power, for one. That is essentially your income streams, if I'm being completely honest, because everyone has talents and gifts and things that we do, and the things that we are able to do to serve others essentially becomes income streams. I think, was it Wayne Dyer that said every skill or every talent is like a source of income? I believe that wholly. So I know we're not talking about finance, we're talking about finding your true power, but this is definitely a result of finding your personal power, is gaining, income streams, which we'll cover. Maybe I think I'm going to do actually, let me know in the comments if I should do like a more financial series. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to move on. So we are no longer, trying to please others, following the crowd, etc., etc. Now, I highlighted all hidden power is self-power. All hidden power is self-power. And he goes on to say, if you chip away at your self-worth, what replaces it is a series of compromises, false gestures, habits, and conditioning. We talked about conditioning. Go back to the week before. We talk about conditioning and how you should be able to become aware and recognize if you are making decisions out of conditioning or are you making decisions from your true authentic self. We're guiding you to stop giving away your power, but let's talk about how you can stop giving away your power. And he mentions this, which I highlighted and marked because I felt the top 4 for me were the most vital. And he titles it Breaking Out. So to stop giving away your power, resist the urge to go along. Learn to speak up for yourself, number 1. Stop postponing little things and dread doing. Number 3, give yourself a chance for a small success every day. And my 4th is notice your successes and let them register as moments of fulfillment. So I'm going to rewind back a little bit. We're going to go to number 1 is speaking up for yourself. So in order to stop giving away your power, you must speak up for yourself. So if you ever find yourself in a situation, in a position where maybe you don't feel comfortable doing or going along with whatever, just say, I don't agree with this one. I'm going to stick it out on this one. I won't be coming along, whatever the thing may be. Speak up for yourself. You can be kind, you can be respectful, but you can also speak up for yourself and not go along, not agree all of the time if it is not aligned with who you truly are and what you truly desire. Number 2, stop postponing the little things you dread doing. When we postpone the little things that we dread doing, this dissipates our personal power inches of frequency at a time. So I like to say, because everything is energy, everything is this frequency. So your personal power frequency is like going down notch by notch by notch by notch. The more you prolong doing the little things that you don't like doing. For example, like if I don't love doing the dishes, but they need to be done, it's like, but when the dishes are done, I have this clear, my mind is clear, the clutter is gone, that sort of thing. So it's like these little things we think that aren't affecting us and our frequency and our energy and how we move throughout the day, it does. So don't procrastinate on those little things. The 3rd is give yourself a chance for small success every single day. So when you recognize and become aware of your small successes every single day, because those small successes inevitably end up to big successes, because it's like playing connect the dots. Once you connect all the dots, you get the bigger picture. So when you are letting them register as these moments of success, that energy and that frequency, it builds your confidence. It builds in your personal power. You begin to walk with your head up high. You begin to not follow the crowd because you are confident and grounded in who you truly are. And that, my friend, is powerful. And the 4th one, that was the 4th one. Yeah. Postponing, give yourself a chance to respond. Notice your successes and let them register. I think I kind of combined that with giving yourself a chance for small successes every single day. Kind of combine those. But you get the gist of what I'm saying and how that is going to help you stop giving away your power. And that is essentially the first step of gaining and finding your personal power. Because once you find your personal power, let me tell you, it's an energy. And I mentioned this before, like you walk a certain way, you feel a certain way, you feel more confident. And it doesn't matter what you're doing or where you are, you're grounded in who you truly are. And you just feel so content and so at ease. And it's the most peaceful feeling you will ever experience. Trust me when I say. Okay, so my first was, stop giving away your power. My second was develop a mature self. I always say, do your self-development work. Because if you're not aware of yourself and doing your self-development work to improve yourself, how can you continue to complain about how your life is going if you're not taking charge over your life and over yourself and gaining that awareness of self and your own personal power to change your life and your reality? So do your self-development work. He reads here, I highlighted, to mature is a choice. to reach adulthood is an achievement. So, you know what? Let me go back and read what he says here because I found it very, very, very true and interesting. Human beings are the only creatures who do not mature automatically. The world is full of people stuck in childhood and adolescence, no matter how old they happen to be. And then he goes on to say, to mature is a choice. To reach adulthood is an achievement. That really made me kind of look back over certain situations in my life, in my path, on my story and my authentic path, and really kind of look back to the choices that I used to make out of fear and out of following the crowd or etc., and how uncomfortable I felt. And until I began doing my self-development work and not just going along like a child would, just following along because everyone else is doing it and mommy says do it, so I'm going to do it. We got to get out of that mindset. We're adults now. So cultivate yourself and achieve yourself and cultivate yourself and become the adult that you are. And for me, when I think of adult, it's essentially awareness of self. Like kids may not have that awareness of self and the ability to know that your decisions and the choices in your actions are going to bring a specific result. And if those choices, decisions, and actions are not aligned with what you're trying to achieve in your life, then you can't complain about it. You got to become an adult. You have to do your self-development work. You become aware of yourself. You become aware of the choices that you're making, the decisions, why you're making it. Are you making it out of fear? Are you making it because you don't understand what you even really want? Or are you making it because you don't have the clarity of who you really are and what you truly desire? Becoming aware and doing that self-development work is vital, but you know what? Half the people don't want to do it. They want the microwave wishes and they want to just have this thing, and that's where jealousy comes in and envy, and that also adds to depleting your personal power. So you got to get to doing the self-development work. Okay. He goes on to say, which I underline, no project is more decisive for personal power and happiness than the project of becoming a mature adult. And he continues on to say, the goal is embodied in the phrase core self. This is the part of you that shapes your reality, placing you at the center of experiences you personally create. So your life experiences you have personally created from your self-concept, which we talk about, from the decisions and the choices that you make, from giving away your personal power or obtaining your personal power and developing your personal power. So you are creating your reality from the core of who you are, the core concept of who you are. So he mentions and he gives us a list here, or they give us a list here. Deepak and Rudolph gives us a list titled How It Feels to Have a Core Self. So how it feels to have a core self. They say, you know that you are real. You don't feel controlled by others. You don't live for approval. You aren't crushed by disapproval. You have long-range goals to work towards. You work through difficult situations for your own sense of dignity and self-worth. You give respect and receive it from others. You understand your own emotional life. You are not swayed by others' emotions. You feel safe in the world you feel safe in the world and like where you belong. Life has brought a certain wisdom. So how it feels to be connected to your core self, as he mentions, like you feel real. You don't feel like you're controlled by others. You're not affected by other people's opinions or their disapproval. You kind of walk at your own pace. Like they say, you walk to the beat of your own drum. This is what they mean, because you're connected to your core self. You're not allowing any outside source to persuade you otherwise. And that comes with gaining wisdom. When you have this wisdom, and this wisdom comes from awareness. Awareness is like the major key here at the Authentic Path Academy is awareness. Okay, awareness is like that's where you start, because if you don't know it, you can't change it, right? So my final third, which is their fourth, is align yourself with the flow of evolution or personal growth. So we talk about alignment. So awareness and alignment are like the top two key magical things that really cultivate the life you truly desire. And these are the top focuses of the self-development work that I guide you on here at the Authentic Path Academy. So align yourself with the flow of evolution, or your true authentic self, essentially. So I do want to read, because this is read and reflect, I do want to read some highlighted portions from this section, which is on page 178. Choosing to grow automatically means that you are facing into the unknown. And this is where a lot of times fear holds us back, because we fear the unknown. But when you have grasped a hold and know that you are moving in towards self-evolution, you can kind of go with the flow, and that fear will dissipate because you know you are moving forward with the intention of evolving. Okay? Without evolution, without evolution, there would be no path. Evolution is a cosmic force. I love that. I'm going to highlight that. Evolution is a cosmic force, y'all. Evolution is a cosmic force. He continues on, or they continue on to say, every good idea you've ever had, every moment of insight or aha, proves that evolution is invisibly at work, guiding life from behind the scenes. So when we talked about this last week or the week before, how I talk about how your curiosity, your things that bring you joy, the things that you naturally are drawn to, is essentially your GPS on your authentic path. This guides you on your authentic path. It's your GPS. So when you have these ideas and these aha moments, act on them. I'll always say, act on your ideas. And this is what I am currently doing. That's why I do sometimes kind of get in this excited overwhelm moment. But everything, because I'm so creative, and I'm so creative in so many different ways, and I love so many different things because I'm such a multi-dimensional individual, and so are you. You are a multi-dimensional individual. So when you have these ideas and when you get excited about something, act on it, act on it, act on it, because this is essentially you recognizing your core power, recognizing your personal power, acting on what's truly you, from your true self, from your true authentic self. And this is you guiding yourself on your true authentic path, because we all have the ability to do so. All right. We strongly believe that the universe supports everyone's evolution, but at the same time, you can guide your own growth. I just said that. Desire is the key. You got to have a desire. If you don't have a desire, there's nothing to be worked towards. You have no aim. You got to have an aim. You got to have that aim and that desire. So the desire is the aim, and the aim is the key to have an aim. So we all desire more and better things for ourselves, they say. If those more and better things are good for your growth, then you are guiding your own evolution. If what you desire is likely to help others, the odds are higher it will be attained. So I just said it earlier, how the things that we're naturally good at, our skills, our talents, the things that we're curious about, all of these things are essentially our service to others. And when we're serving others, that's essentially, like I said before, like an income stream, because we all have these things that it's like the circle of life, the way I think of the circle of life. So the way I think of the circle of life is that we all have these gifts and talents, and these gifts and talents are for us to be of service to others. And your service to others is essentially a business, is how you build your income streams. And we have multiple things that we're great at. And so that means multiple streams of income. Hey y'all, I don't want to take too long in this video, but this was a great read and reflect. I am very excited for Super Brain and for you guys to go ahead and pick up this copy and do your self-development work. And just remember that your personal power lies within every single one of y'all. So you have the power to create the reality that you desire. These books, again, are tools that's going to help you along on your authentic path and cultivating the life you truly desire. So go ahead, we're going to thank Deepak Chopra and Rudolph E. Tanzi for their work on creating Superbrain for us to be able to live better, do better, and have better. So again, I am Deidre, your host here at Decide to Succeed and your Authentic Path Guide. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're here, you are a path walker. We move forward, not forced, because where truth leads, we follow. I'm Deidre, and I'll see y'all on the path.